Well, when I went to college the first time for my bachelor's, I worked part-time and my parents paid, so I really didn't have any debt. I was really fortunate. That was back in the olden days when college wasn't nearly as expensive. Like, for example, UC Riverside back then was only $400 a quarter, whereas now it's about 10 times that amount, at least. So I was very fortunate in that respect. But for graduate work for my master's, I had to go back and get that. And that was another 10 classes for my credential, and also then an extra classes to get my master's. And it was about $1,400 a class. So make a long story short, I'm still paying off my credential program, which I was doing in the early 2000s. So I have probably about 15,000 left of that to pay off. And then I have another 10,000 for my master's that I have to pay off. Yeah, so, and you just sort of build it into your budget, but yeah, it's quite an expense. And, for graduate work, the graduate work that I did, I was working full-time at the time, so it's not like I didn't qualify for scholarships and things like that, or grants, because I was working, so it's not like I was, destitute or anything like that, or in the low income thing. So I didn't really qualify for that kind of stuff, so it was all on me to pay for it. So that's where you're at, yeah. And you just sort of build it in and realize you just have to kind of accept, I'm going to be paying this for the rest of my life. I joke about it all the time, but I'm sure eventually they will be paid off. But for the time being, it is probably about, I think I pay like an extra $300 to $400 a month in my student loan payments. Yeah, it's like a car payment. So. When I was in college, the first time through, I did get merit scholarships because I had really good grades. So I got like the UC Regent scholarship and things like that when I went to UC Riverside. And I got a couple local scholarships through service organizations. There was a women's service organization in Corona where I grew up, the Seroptimus. They gave me a scholarship, and I won a couple other ones. I can't remember. It might have been some Italian group my parents belonged to. They donated some money, so I won a couple like $500 to $1,000 scholarships, and that helps. It paid for books and gasoline because I was commuting and things like that. So every little bit. Sometimes you think, oh man, I have to write an essay for this scholarship and I have to do this application, and it's only $500, but $500 can pay for your books for a quarter, and that is a nice chunk of change. So, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. So.